Hello everyone, Pallytime here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We are releasing 14 videos in the first week of this game's official release, so make sure you're subscribed to see more. I like doing these cinematic pans at the start of our videos, and I found a funny little interaction. I was just panning over this mountain to get it right. Look what happens to the clouds as I reach here. They start moving super fast and the fog sets in. But if I just back up a little bit, if we reverse a little bit, the clouds do the same thing, returning to their original location. I just thought that was really funny and I wanted to share it. We are sitting atop a mountain, just trying to get the lay of the land. There was a nice wooden structure up here that was hit by some of the debris from the Nautiloid. We can get a good view of the Druid Grove to the east of us, as well as a bridge to the north of us that has a lot of blood on the other side. Quite ominous, isn't it? In the previous episode, we went through an undead crypt and we found a necklace that is going to allow us to speak to the dead, although we haven't had a chance to use it just yet. We did level up inside of that crypt, and I wanted to show you guys what I was thinking for each of our characters. We'll, of course, start with the Dark Urge Zen. We are a level 2 rogue right now. With this level up, we'll be approaching 3, and this means that we can pick our subclass. Now, the game defaults you to Thief. If you just hit accept, then you're going to be a thief. If you click right here, you can change to one of 3 options. You can be a thief, an arcane trickster, or an assassin. And I think assassin lines up perfectly with what I had in mind with this character. We are going to deal extremely high damage to a single target, especially if we sneak up on them before combat starts. You are the deadliest against unprepared enemies. In combat, you have advantage on attack rolls against creatures that haven't had a turn yet. We also have Assassinate Ambush. Any successful attack rolls against a surprised creature will be a critical hit. So if I am the one that initiates a fight by surprising an enemy, like by sneaking up from the shadows, we're guaranteed to do critical hits. And we also gain Assassin's Alacrity. Quick as an alley cat in a rain dark city, you immediately restore your action and bonus action at the start of combat. So Zen is officially an assassin. Meanwhile, Lae'zel is going to be reaching a level 3 fighter. This means we get to pick our subclass for her as well. The game defaults you to Battlemaster, and in this particular instance, I do agree. Battlemaster is going to give us some new attacks that use superiority dice. Eldritch Blast would cause us to be like a half fighter, half spellcaster, and Champion makes us more likely to land critical hits because we can land a crit with a 19 or a 20 roll. However, Battlemaster, I think, inside of Baldur's Gate 3 has so many fun interactions because of the options you can pick here. These are battle maneuvers, and as you can see, there is a long list to pick from. The first one I would like to pick up is Trip Attack. Spend a superiority die to make an attack that deals an additional 1d8 damage and possibly knocks your target prone. If a target is laying on the ground, that enables us to do a lot of damage, so I'm very interested in that. Pushing Attack. Of course, shoving someone back 15 feet off of a high place could deal quite a lot of damage, so that seems very appealing. And I was thinking about picking up Rally, just so I could give Lae'zel some bonus HP, temporary HP, when she runs in last 5 turns in combat, and would have to spend a superiority die to get that going, but would make her a little more durable while she's up in the front lines. And last, but certainly not least, we have Will. The Blade of the Frontiers does begin the game as a Warlock, and if I choose to continue leveling Warlock, you can see what I get here. However, we are going to officially start multi-classing right now. Will be a level 2 Warlock and a level 1 Fighter. This will give him access to Second Wind, just like Lae'zel has. And more importantly, when he levels up again, we'll be taking a point in Action Surge. But we're a little ways away from that for right now. Our party has entered the Druid Grove. Now, I've been thinking a lot about this. We have heard from the Blade of the Frontiers that there is a healer inside of the Druid Grove named Nettie that may be able to help us. However, My character has no memory of life before the Nautiloid. And the very first person Zin met was Lae'zel. So I think that I would trust Lae'zel's judgment over anyone else in that situation. And Lae'zel wants us to meet, or at least this is what the quest has led us to believe, wants us to meet with this tiefling right here. His name is Zoru, and he is marked to help us find the Githyanki Kresh, where Lae'zel thinks we can be cured. Now, should I talk with Lae'zel here? I should probably go in with Zen, just because you never know when that dark urge is going to take over, right?
By Mordai's eyes, another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this a monster with you?
Yes, and I suggest you do as she says. That wasn't so hard, was it?
Lower.
Oh my god. Okay, Lae'zel. Okay, Lae'zel. Wait for the tiefling to obey. She's serious. You better get on your knees fast. That's enough, Lae'zel. I'll take it from here.
You dare interrupt? Has the tadpole ravaged your senses?
All right, do what you want. Make it quick, though.
Lower.
He doesn't look too... Oh my god, there he goes. Wow, making a beg.
You saw another Gith. Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly. Straight to the other side.
No twisting. Kin must have been in a hurry. The map. Show me. Up. You can keep your innards.
See, she's pretty nice.
By the dead gods, are all Giths so brutal?
Brutal? Blood still flows through his own veins. I was positively gentle.
You know, maybe it's just different cultures. You know? Oh, does she have something to say?
The locals prove compliant. A useful trait.
Especially
warned
when you
you, didn't
intimidate
I?
them.
You ought to reconsider keeping her around before she causes real trouble.
I mean... Zoru was an easy mark, don't get complacent. That's our rogue option. Let's see what happens if we say that.
A thin shell requires little to crack it. I will apply more pressure should the situation demand. The tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
Did you just say teethling?
I am unfamiliar with the... Well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this Fey run.
So, I don't know this for sure, because this is our first time playing the full release, obviously. But I feel as though we might be able to make Lae'zel a little less rough around the edges. Sure, she comes off pretty intimidating, but I think she'll be fine. So what do you mean by purification?
The Kresh holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
All right. Sounds good. By covenant, she could say no more. Well, hopefully she can just show us. Now, if we take a look at our map, it appears as though this place is pretty far to the west of town, which I think means we're going to be heading over that bridge. Now, I don't want to sell this place short. There is an awesome story here, and I highly recommend you check it out. But I think for my character and his motivations, I would follow in Lae'zel's footsteps right now. As we began to make our way down the road, we found something a little peculiar. A perfectly healthy-looking boar that seems to be deceased. We even shouted about it, or at least pointed it out. The bloodless pig meat Lying on the floor.
But it doesn't look like it's been touched by scavengers.
Examine it. We need a 10. She has wisdom, and we will give guidance as well. Oh. Yep. Just looks like a boar to me. Nothing out of the ordinary here at all. That's for sure.
The boar seems to be fresh, only a few hours dead. But you can't find any sign of a wound.
Well, I mean, sometimes stuff just has their heart stop, right? Well, this is the bridge we saw earlier. On the other side of it, we already know that there are a lot of blood puddles. Is there anything attached to these blood puddles? Yes, we begin to see bodies filling the streets. I wonder if we can inspect these at all, or if it's just going to be free loot ahead for us. Hey, trap disarm tool. I don't mind that at all. Judging by the state of decay here, it looks like they've been dead for a little bit. There's also a goblin here with them. We did see goblin tracks on the road. Multiple goblins here. Maybe these guys were just in the wrong place at the wrong time as that scouting party chased those other adventurers to the Druid Grove. Well, oh, another dead adventurer on the list. Do we perceive anything?
Looks like they're laying an ambush.
Everyone except for Zen noticed that there were goblins ahead, laying an ambush. Well, if we spotted it, then we can prepare for it. Zen slinks down to the ground and moves to the north. There's a small root system here from a tree that we can use to gain access to the city without moving through the front gate. And if we stay low, no one should notice us, although there is a sleeping bugbear nearby. We need to make sure we don't wake him. It looks like he had a little bit to drink. A good problem for us right now. Will's gonna follow Zen along the side here. Another long dead skeleton in wait. There's a ladder that leads up to the roof, and on the roof, we spot 2 goblins. So there, oh, Shadowheart did level up on the way over here. Let's take a look at that really fast. Nice. New trickery domain spells, mirror image, and pass without trace. That could be really good. You don't... Oh, they pick their domain at level 1, don't they? So she's trickery domain. She's not getting access to anything else. And for cleric spells, I don't gain all of those, right? Do I have to prepare a certain amount for the day? It looks like I do. I'm going to rearrange these a little bit. I'm going to give us Bless. Shield of Faith, I think, is fine. Guiding Bolt is fine. I like Healing Word and Cure Wounds, even though Cure Wounds is way better. Being able to heal someone from a long distance is really good. Prayer of Healing would be awesome. Okay, so that looks like a pretty decent setup. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Shadowheart. It's a level 1 spell slot, but she's walking into an ambush. So let's walk in.
Get over there! Surround him like!
Now, while they are talking, I should be able to swap characters. Yes, indeed. So, they've walked in and got the attention of the goblins. Now, Will and Zen are going to move up the ladder since we know they are distracted. There are more ambushers on the other side, but this one seems to be the one in charge. Let's split these guys up really fast. Zen is going to take the one on the left as Will takes the one on the right. I wonder if this would be worth using forced turn-based mode. Can I do that mid-conversation? I can. And I can act simultaneously, I believe. So Zen is going to move up for a sneak attack on the main goblin. 17 damage. They have been taken down and combat has officially started. I can attack again because we had our actions reset. So I'm going to go for a melee swing on the goblin tracker next to me for 8 damage, and both of them have now been defeated. I kind of thought I was going to need Will's help up here. Maybe I should have left him down on the main street too. So this is done. Let's go ahead and end our turn. You know who's not in combat? The ones that were being ambushed. So that's hilarious. Can I sneak with these guys? Combat is still playing out. Let's just have Shadowheart move up and take a swing on this guy. This is really bizarre. Oh, because they're not enemies yet. Because they haven't ambushed us yet. I think that's why it played out this way. Very interesting. Lae'zel was just pulled in, so she is... Ooh, where did that come from? That was a critical hit from inside of the building. Can Will drop down to the floor below? That would be awesome if you could. It says path is interrupted. Oh, here. Not enough movement. I might be able to do it next turn, perhaps. Maybe this would be a good use for our tactical view here. Oh, it says he will be prone, potentially. He is not prone. And now let's swap back to the regular view because he should be able to see inside the building, no problem. We don't have a bonus action, so I'm just going to cast Hex. Excuse me, Eldritch Blast on the Goblin Tracker since we can't cast Hex. And that Eldritch Blast was more than enough to get that situation done. Now back over to what we were trying to do over here. Lae'zel is going to move up with a melee swing of her own on the Goblin Sharp Eye. He didn't see that coming. That joke was too easy. And I believe that... You know what? I'm going to go ahead and use a healing word on myself for my bonus action. And that will end my turn. Will is done as well. And Lae'zel has already acted. Let me just move up next to this caster. If they decide to move, we'll get an attack of opportunity. I think it might be too far away, but I'm not in line of sight, so let's try. We are going to hide and then fire off a sneak attack. 85% chance to land. It misses on the caster on the low ground. Now with their move, they use Ray of Sickness, which also misses. And with their bonus action, they decide to shove Lae'zel. She is going to get up from that post-haste and swing, connecting for 8 damage to the head of the caster. Shadowheart now moving in with a swing of her own, finishes off the fight with 5 damage. Now, I think we can dedicate an entire episode to this village alone. Why don't I just... Hey, guys, I got a good idea. I'm going to dedicate an entire episode to this village alone. Now, oddly enough, not every enemy in here is hostile to me. There's a guard moving around town, but you can see if I hit tilde or hover over him, he's neutral. He doesn't have any problem with me. Maybe he wasn't affiliated with the ambushers. Funny enough, the bugbear that's asleep on the other side is hostile to me. So let's take care of that problem first. I don't think this will be that difficult. Zen's getting into position with everyone else. They're not even sneaking. There's no urgency here whatsoever from the rest of the party. But of course, Zen takes his job very seriously. We could do a maximum of 23 damage. Let's hope for it. 27 because of the critical hit. That is a one shot on a bugbear. Well, I'll take that loot. So this town used to be owned by some humans. It's not the biggest town I've ever seen, but as you can see, that's like a barn of some kind over there. They have a windmill for making grain that we can kind of see off to the side, depending on the camera angle. And then I'm not too sure what these buildings are. One of them, I believe, was a tavern, but it's been long since past its prime. I wonder how much of this the goblins did versus how much of it time just, took its toll on this place. I'm going to go around the outsides of the town first, so let's check out this building on the northern side. I am hearing a bit of a ruckus inside.
To put my hands on everything.
Hello?
What the hell are you doing?
Apologies, I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry, you guys Look how disgusted Shadowheart looks. Apologies, guys. I'll just back right on out of here. Don't mind us. We're leaving.
Smash! Oh, smash!
It is a big girl. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're just in the fight then. Looks like I will get a chance to act first. Our friends are in the fight as well. I'd like to do this if I can. They don't have line of sight of me. Never mind. We're just gonna try to be as aggressive as possible here. We are going to try and do our cunning action to hide, back up just a little bit, and fire off a shot with our crossbow into Grucko for 20 damage, and then I'm going to line of sight with the rest of my movement. It's going to be his turn next, so let's see how he wants to play. He's going to toss something into the middle of the room, I couldn't even tell what that was, and then jump out into the sunlight. Now on Shadowheart's turn, she's just gonna go for a melee swing here. 8 damage is all we need to take that target down. Let's have Will move to the left, reapply his hex onto the ogre, which he should be able to do. I'm just gonna do dexterity. That's been placed, and then we're gonna Eldritch Blast, repelling, pushing her even further into the room, knocking her down for a moment, but not a true prone. As you can see, she is standing up. With the rest of my turn, I am then going to move up and close the door and back up again. You know what? Let's move Will off to the side here too. And I wish I could sneak Zen, but that moment has already come and gone. Now, at least the ogre, I think that's an ogre. Oh, she's raging. She's a very mad ogre. At least she has to open the door with some of her movement. That might buy us a little bit of time. 15 damage done to Will as she throws something at him. That was over half of his health that he just took in damage. It's my entire party's turn, though. I feel pretty good about that. We're going to start with another Eldritch Blast, pushing the ogre back into the room. Lae'zel is going to approach for a melee swing of her own for 13 damage. Considering action surging, in fact, I am going to action surge, and I'm going to try to use we have a trip attack. Do I just have too many things right now? Pushing attack. It's a ranged trip attack. Hold on. Here we go. Just click on my superiority die. I'm going to try to knock down the ogre. Goodness gracious. We may not even need to do that. After seeing that massive hit, Zen is going to run forward with a sneak attack to the back of the head of the ogre. That was clean. I've done this fight a few times. You guys have seen it over the years, and it has never been that easy. This might be the best party I've ever put together. That is super exciting. I am very encouraged by that. Well, I mean, since they're already dead, I'm just going to help myself to a few things around the room.
Yankee people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak.
What does that mean?
Translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden. His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much.
Give him a chance, he might grow on you. I like how he's just staring at me for my reaction. Is it a good time to tell Lae'zel, I have these urges. I just want to kill people. I want to swim in their blood. Look how much blood's on me right now, Lae'zel. Isn't that just wonderful?
Many a good warrior savors the scent of blood in the air. There's no shame in a capricious murder now and again.
Capricious?
Too many, though, and you waste energy and dull your weapon. My suggestion, attack with purpose and savor your kills. And if the urge proves too much, well, I'm sure we can find you a goblin or two to carve up.
So she's very supportive. She's very supportive. I must have clicked on her on accident. That's really funny. She's just like, I don't like Will. And my response is, I really enjoy killing people. That's a totally normal conversation. Shadowheart's going to use her last level 1 spell slot for the day. We're going to use Cure Wounds on Will just to patch him back up after getting hit by that massive attack. Now, I mentioned there was a windmill in town. There seems to be a few goblins that are gathering around it cheering, although we don't know why for right now. I'm going to approach. They seem particularly friendly and like they're enjoying the festivities for the time being. Not taking any precautionary positioning here. We're just going to hope for the best.
Look what we got here. Another little birdie wanting to fly.
Wanting to fly?
This thing! Flap those wings some more, and I'll feed you a worm. And you. Hope you got a stomach for heights.
What the hell are you doing?
What's it bloody look like? We're teaching this here pipsqueak to fly.
Let me rephrase that. Why are you doing that?
'Cause it makes me laugh.
I mean, that is fair. I'm not going to interfere. I'm just going to pass by him, my dude. Oh, I actually like number 2. I want to see if we can win him over. It looks pretty funny. Do you mind if I watch for a little bit?
We ain't looking for company, maggot. Not unless you want to join him up there. How about this? You pay a toll and go on as you like, or else you fly.
What? 1,000?
Glows marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
So, throughout our game, we may have the opportunity to use the illithid that's swimming around in there. Well, it looks like this is going to be the opportunity for me. I don't have 1,000 gold to pay this guy. We're all grouped up. I genuinely thought this conversation was going to go a little better if I just said it looked funny. I'm not going to pay anything, and your cronies are going to leave. I mean, do they really have to leave? I don't think they need to. Oh, God! Okay, that was closer than I thought. I am not rolling well today. Goodness.
You're a true soul. I didn't know. Wouldn't dare question you, never.
Something stirs deep within you, hungry and alert. It's taking something you'll never get back.
Wonder what it took.
We'll leave you to it. Let's find you something.
Don't go too far, bud. I was gonna strike at him. That warg is still just eating its breakfast. All right, clear out, boys. I have really fond memories of sneaking into this fight, by the way, climbing up the tower in the back and shooting down above these guys. I want to keep reiterating that there are so many different ways that these events can play out throughout the world.
Shadowheart's attention is fixed on a damaged old statue.
Is that, Shadowheart? What's going on? You want to talk about that?
We should keep moving.
Oh, should we? What just happened?
Nothing. The trick of the light.
A trick of the light. Do you think I'm a fool?
I'll take you as I find you. Now let the matter rest. Let's just move along. Time's a rare currency for both of us.
Okay, sure. The statue she was looking at, is that... It had a moon on it, right? Is that Selene? Can I pry? I want to pry.
Look. You're wondering why I was in pain before.
Yes, I'm also wondering who did this camera angle.
About that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with.
You know, I'm totally fine with that. That's completely okay. That's completely okay. I'm gonna move away from that tree. I'd rather talk to you when I can see your face. Now that poor little gnome that is tied to the windmill can be let down. Through one of these levers. One is a brake and the other is the brake release. I suppose I'll hit the brake and I'll try to get him down. If you hit the other one, it doesn't go very well for him, let me tell you that much. The Dark Urge didn't tell me to do anything there, though.
On back there? Go check it out!
Hey, wait a minute. Oh, didn't they already leave? Wait, hold on. Can I still do this fight? Okay, I think that was a bug. I'm pretty sure that was a bug. So I could have theoretically snuck back there and released this guy, or at least put the brake on. Yeah, I'll cut you loose.
Magacabara. There's pustulant thugs. Well, get on with it.
You seem a little confused, bud. Get on with what? I just cut you down. By the way, I have such bad motion sickness in real life. Being tied to that thing, I think I would have rather died.
You saved me. Now you'll extort me. That's how this works, yes?
How'd you get caught? Well, you know what? Since you brought it up, I would like a reward.
As expected. Coercion by the book. Take my pack, if you can find it. The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on.
Oh, aren't you a little far from home? You're a deep gnome, right? From the Underdark?
Ignorance is alive and well, it seems. Deep gnomes aren't restricted to the Underdark, you know. I've lived in Baldur's Gate for years. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. See this? I gave it to him years ago before I left home. I found it around the neck of a thug in the lower city. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found. But I still have hope. I have reason to believe he's in the Underdark. Hopefully, I'll pick up his trail from there. I always help my friends. On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again.
That is a true statement. Wonder where his pack is. Do you think it went flying? Wait, you're climbing that wall? Wow, he's an athletic little guy, isn't he? There's also a basement over here, but for the life of me, I cannot remember what was in it. I mean, I feel like as the Dark Urge, right, it's not too weird for me to also want to use the power of my tadpole. You know, if it... Oh, hello. The Speedy Light Feat. Speedy Sparks. When the wearer dashes or takes a similar action during combat, they gain 3 lightning charges. Also gives you an increase to athletics. Now, I can't wear medium armor myself, but we might be able to put these on one of the people in our party. That's our very first blue item, so that seems like an exceptional find. Maybe we'll give it to Lae'zel. She'll do a little bit of running in her day. We also have an arrow of lightning that we can use, but it's only one, and a grease bottle. Oh, is this his heavy backpack? It looks like it is. It's heavy because he was bringing a smoke powder satchel, a little bit of gold, an apple, and a baguette. Yeah, I could totally see why you wouldn't be able to move with those. That makes perfect... He is a little gnome. I am like an 8-foot tall giant. I should give him the benefit of the doubt. For those of you that are still watching this late into the video, I want to give you some usable advice that may expand the way you think about this game. Your brain may grow 2 sizes. So it's not uncommon knowledge that you can move stuff around, but did you know that they can actually become a climbable surface, almost like stairs, where you can improvise your own way to move up an area? I don't think this is close enough for me to walk up, for instance, but climb on. Oh, maybe it is. Climb on. Right click, climb on. And with that, I can gain access to this roof. One time, I took all of the boxes in the game and I was using them as stairs to climb up to areas that I couldn't normally access. I bring this up because I did the windmill fight another time in a game where I climbed up to this area by stacking up stuff and then rained down hell from this rock that they had a hard time reaching. Yet another way you can use the environment to your advantage, and I just wanted you to be aware of it. So yeah, look at this old alchemy store or something. Definitely alchemical. They have weights and stuff in here. If memory serves, there's a way to get into the basement. And once inside, everything is not as it seems it would be outside. First of all, we have a wooden chest. Let's go ahead and just inspect that. A few potions inside. Fantastic. Garlic for us to eat. There's mugwort. I think that's just ingredients. And I'm going to fully collect this stuff. Don't you worry. But let's check out the rest of this room.
That's curious.
Ooh, that is curious. Zen, with his perception, was able to spot a lever behind these boxes. You know, it's funny. I've done this a few times. I remembered there was something in here, but I couldn't remember where. So I am glad that his perception check did pass. So, a secret door behind the bookshelf. That's a little unusual for a common shop to have in a nice, quiet town, isn't it? Well, as we go deeper into this place, it gets even more suspicious. A little bit of light coming in through the outside. Does the game saving, not me. And as we look around, there's a few moldering caskets. Should I open these or keep moving? Wow, there's a lot of caskets. On the other side, an ornate mirror. What happens if I look into that? Whoa, that's really cool. I'm gonna tell it my name. My name is Zen. As far as I know, that's what I know to be true. If it's like a lie detecting mirror, it should know that.
I do not know this name.
Oh.
If you are known to my master, step forward and declare yourself an ally.
I don't think this will work, but I am a master of your allies.
True ally of Ilintoth may pass.
Ilintoth.
What think you of the Zolkir known as Zastan?
Ooh. I did not pass the history check. What a foul, wretched creature, or I love him. He's the best. I'm gonna go for foul.
No Zolkir. But are you wise?
Oh, I did not pick the right thing, I think.
Why might one use balsam ointment?
Balsam ointment? Oh, balsam sounds like a balm. I'm gonna say to clean a wound.
Acceptable. Finally. If you could see anything in me, what would it be?
I don't know. Could you show me anything? I'd look for whatever spell would rid me of this worm in my head. You know what the Dark Urge would say. I'd like to see my enemy suffering. Slowly. Unending.
Pathetic. A poor choice. You will be purged.
Oh. Could I try again? Oh, can't use this now. Oh, get away from that! Get away from that! Get away from that! Run! Is it just gonna follow me and keep exploding? Oh no. Oh no, keep moving, team, keep moving! We've been pulled into combat. This orb has now been pulled into combat, and it looks like it's trying to destroy all life in the room. Inside of the casket seems to be more undead that are rising up. And once again, truthfully, I do not remember the answers to open that mirror. I hope you have more success than I did. I am going to bonus action sneak, just so I can then get that sneak attack off with range damage. 14 damage to that skeleton, and I'm going to back up from there. Shadowheart's moving at the same time. I don't think I'm going to do much of anything on Shadowheart. We're just going to hold our ground. There are 2 agile guardians. They're going to move right now, and they do see us. Firing off a shot down the hall, hitting Will for 6 damage. That's not that big of a deal. Do we think this is going to explode right there, or has it done it already? If we think it might explode there, I could try a pushing ranged attack on this guy. Let's see if I can get a better angle as Lae'zel moves up. The angle's not looking good, but I'm still going to try the pushing attack just in case on the Agile Guardian. 8 damage and shoving them back into the trail of fire. At least that's what I'm hoping to accomplish. Lae'zel's going to hold her ground here. She is the most durable of all of us. Now, Will is going to reapply his Hex on the Robust Guardian with his bonus action. With his main action, he's going to fire off an Eldritch Blast. 60% chance to hit, but we hit for 11 damage and send them flying. And that will conclude his turn as well. Now, this is another Agile Guardian. I thought we were going to see the Flame Spear do its move. Oh, there it goes. It's breaking open yet another of the caskets in the center of the room. What's that line of sight looking like? Nothing too great. I'm going to try to do a cunning action and then fire off another ranged attack on the Agile Guardian underneath that sphere, hitting him for 29 damage and killing him in a single shot. Shadowheart is going to cast Flame Bolt. Firebolt? Firebolt. It's not going to hit a target, and she's just going to continue to stand still. Lae'zel hit for 9 damage from an arrow across the room, and then that skeleton opens up another casket on their own. They're not even waiting for the sphere anymore, are they? I'm very hesitant to enter this room because I don't know where those caskets are going. Lae'zel is starting to get hurt, so I'm going to rally using my superiority die. Oh, I can't give it to myself. Okay, well, that's a little scary. I thought I could. Instead, let's use Second Wind. That's totally fine that we can't give it to ourselves. Buffing other players is going to be super helpful. Do I want to try a pushing attack? So it is going to do more damage even if it doesn't connect. So I'm going to try it. On the Agile Guardian closest to the pillar, we hit him for 8 damage and push him against the rocks behind him. That will conclude Lae'zel's turn. Now Will is going to fire off an Eldritch Blast at the Agile Guardian on the left side. Hopefully pushing them back as well, but no, it does miss. It does miss. Why didn't I have my reapply Hex option? That's what I was looking for. The Robust Guardian uses his action to sprint forward towards yet another Whoa! Hold on! This is really good positioning for us, especially if they stay there. I really like that. We see the Fire Spear move back and hit another Guardian in the center of the room. I'm going to try my cunning action to hide and fire off a sneak attack shot, hitting for 12 on another of the Guardians. Shadowheart, I doubt she has the movement. No, she can't reach her destination. I am going to use Firebolt on the Agile Guardian that Zen just attacked, but unfortunately, it does miss. That will conclude both of their turns. Another shot coming from deeper in the cave as that skeleton runs forward. Lae'zel is looking rather winded at the moment, so what we're going to do is fire off a shot with her. 50% chance to hit, and it does. Then she's simply going to line of sight on the other side of this pillar, where I don't think too many enemies will be able to see her. I think she'll be pretty good there. Since she's no longer frontlining, let me rally Will, who I think is going to take the brunt of the damage for the next turn. Speaking of Will, you know how he has that repelling Eldritch Blast? I'm going to step up just a few feet, that's all it should take, and try to push this new skeleton into the pit Behind him, unfortunately, it does miss. So then I'm going to move back and try to just line of sight any of that incoming damage from around the corner. Nearly all of these guys have ranged weapons, it looks like. This one running forward with their action with dash. Now, Shadowheart is, of course, a cleric. Clerics do have some spells to help them deal with undead. And I think I'm going to use one on this turn just to... Whoa, that was scary. Just to make this a little easier, we're going to cast Turn Undead on this guy in front of me. 35% chance to connect. It does connect. As long as I don't damage this guy, he's going to run in fear for a few turns, I believe. Cunning action to stealth. We do pass the stealth check, and I am going to, you guessed it, sneak attack the Agile Guardian in the center of the room. 18 damage, kills him in a single shot, and now all of our turn orders are synced. Wait, it seriously says I can hit that? That means Will can hit that? Okay, I'm afraid to move up further, to be honest. Oh, did I short rest? Is that what happened? Because I think I got my spell slots back. That's probably what happened. So I'm going to reapply Hex and then just fire off an Eldritch Blast. 6 health should be easy peasy for the Blade of the Frontiers. And it is. That is going to conclude most of my turns. I haven't figured out what I want to do with Lae'zel. Path is interrupted depending on where I shoot, but I found the pixel. 2 damage for the shot over the wall. And I'm going to try to just hide around this side of the pillar. We did 4 damage as an attack of opportunity as that enemy moved away from us. Because they were damaged, they are no longer turned. But hey, it was still some free damage. That's not good. Oh, God. That's not good. That's not good. On Shadowheart's turn, we're going to cast a level 2 spell. Oh, can only be used outside of combat. Prayer of Healing. Okay, that's fine. Oh, geez. Okay. Shadowheart's health is not looking good. I can upcast a Cure Wounds as a level 2 spell, and it would heal her for quite a lot. Take 10 HP. With that, I'm done with my... I'm actually going to push this guy away. At least make him use a little movement to get back to me. Since he's pushed back, can he see me? He sure can, so I doubt this will work. No, he saw me right away. I'm still going to try to do a sneak attack. Oh, I was just trying to figure out why I can't use my weapon. Figured it out. It's because we had a torch in our hands. So Zen's not going to do anything. I want a melee attack next turn. Kind of unfortunate turn of events there. Will is going to... Who do I have my Hex on right now? Or they've already been taken down. Why don't I have my recast if they were taken down? Maybe because they're already dead? Is that just a weird rule? Well, let's use Will's melee weapon, his rapier, to do some damage here. Critical hit, 10 damage. I'm really afraid of this sphere moving back down the walkway. I am very, very terrified of that. Lae'zel is going to go for a melee swing of her own. 60% chance to hit. It hits for 7. He will burn on his turn. And that concludes all of our actions. This guy now burning as well, moving up to Shadowheart, but missing with that attack. Is there going to be another explosion? Oh, I was hoping it was done trying to purge the room. Looks like that's not the case. Now that I've re-equipped my melee weapon, let's move up with a sneak attack of our own. As Zen misses his target, Lae'zel is going to try on her own. 12 damage, critical hit. I think bludgeoning has a bonus versus skeletons. We're going to shove him back into the middle of the room, end our turns, and he will die from the burn. Okay, let's move up this ramp very quickly and try to get away from that fiery death that's moving our way. We're going to short rest to regenerate some HP. Is it done? It's moving back to the mirror. Maybe I could try again. I don't know. Is it even worth trying again? That looks like a death sentence right there. I'm gonna head outside. That's against my better judgment to mess with that mirror again. Good luck in your games, though. There are 3 ogres congregating inside of this room. Eating a hand! Oh, that's not good.
Like chicken. No chicken. Tastes like fish.
I hope he's missing HP when the if a fight does start.
Contain yourselves. This quarrel sours our feast. Besides, tastes like pork. What surprise is this?
Hello, gentlemen.
Brothers, look here. I have eyed yet another prize. Fortune favors our bellies. Stranger, be you friend or food, the mark is her measure. Show us the brand of the absolute.
I don't have the mark of the absolute, so I'm going to try to avoid any kind of roll here and just say, you're very eloquent for an ogre. I'm very impressed.
Am I not astonishing? A robust diet makes for a shrewd mind, you see. I am a gourmand. And you, a delicacy. Unless you bear the mark, of course.
Yeah, I don't. So it looks like we have to try deception. A 10 is not that bad. I don't know why I can't add guidance here. Oh, yes. Oh. Of course, I have the mark.
Indeed. How regrettable that your meat must go unsavored. Food?
Nope.
Food. Not food. Friend.
Thank you. Well, I notice you don't bear a brand of your own.
I've no use for the absolute, or any god. I follow two masters only, gluttony and greed. The goblins understand my appetites. They sate my hunger for gold, and the rest sate my hunger for meat. Boss goblin give gold, we check brand. Good deal.
That does seem like a good deal.
No talk.
Well, forget the goblins. You should be fighting for me. That's really funny. Let's see what he says.
I am, by all accounts, a student of higher commerce and extortion. Make me an offer. Tempt me.
Well, rogue deception to be paid once the killing is done. Deception, 1,000 gold after you fight for me. Persuasion, I'll pay you in the flesh of the fallen. Do I have 500 gold? Because legitimately having some ogre friends seems like it would be a good idea. Oh, it's a charisma. Oh god, all of these are charisma rolls. I'll give you 500.
A serenade to my ears and a boon to my belly. We've a bargain, my tasty kibble. Take my bone horn. One blow and the ground will quake with my family name. Use it when the need arises, and never a moment before. Ogre kill everyone around, then Ogre eats them.
I like that plan.
Indeed. Ogre kill everyone around.
Well, we have some ogres in our back pocket. In the future, if we ever need it. I'm going to take my leave, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
We will keep close. When you are ready, sound the horn.
If you are the type that maybe wanted to fight them instead, they do drop a very good intelligence item. I'll just leave it at that. That's going to wrap up our exploration of this town. Looks like this tiefling was not as lucky as crack support beam. No way. Could you topple this building on them? Hold on, everybody out. Everybody out. Everybody. I'm going to take a shot at this. Is that real? Ranged attack? It only has 2 health. Wow, I did not know about that. I've never perceived that before. Looks like there might be more of them around too. Well, we are supposed to head off to the east, and I'm going to do exactly that now that we've explored everything here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We're releasing 14 episodes in the first 7 days of Baldur's Gate 3 release, and there'll be more to come very soon. I'll see you guys next time.